Alright, welcome back to episode 23 now of Dead End Friends. When we last left off, we had a bit of a journey to the hunting grounds, and I think it's fair to say it was eventful. You found Morgan, which is nice.
I was having a small emotional breakdown over the fact she can't save Morgan.
Yeah, well, what can you do?
What can you do? Not save her. There we go.
But when we finished off the session, you guys were... Well, Chenoa was crying. You guys had agreed to stay here in Perry another night.
Much to Leopold's chagrin.
Yes. Also, I need spirit rolls and vigor checks.
Oh, am I feeling vigorous?
I am. I do pass. I got a 6.
Are your humours balanced?
My humours have balanced themselves. I have recently coughed up the over amount of black bile I have.
Have you ever failed your spirit roll?
No, but I came close one time. I got an 11. I mean, this time I got an 11. The one time I came close, I got like a 9 or something.
And you need a 7, don't you?
Yeah.
I think you got a... I'm pretty sure
maybe
you got...
I got a 7 one time.
Maybe accounting for like negatives, you got a 7?
Yeah.
But anyway, you guys have some time to kill in Perry before you head out. And I imagine you've taken some time at this point to fill in graves on what happened in the hunting grounds.
Chenoa's kind of like just an emotional wreck, probably for like the majority of the day.
So I imagine Wilhelm's able to pick up that slack.
Yeah, Wilhelm would be trying to. Like, there's not a lot he can do to really console you, because he doesn't like... He's not on the same wavelength.
Yeah, it's probably a case of like after like, 20-30 minutes she cried, like she's cried out and she just like is just kind of like, if Wilhelm goes, what are you doing? Because like she's probably going to be in your room like just really upset for like 20-30 minutes, but if you go somewhere she will just like quietly follow you around. She's gone lost puppy syndrome.
Jeez, that's really sad. No, so Wilhelm spent a bit of time just like getting graves up to speed, just being like, okay, now that like she's calming down a bit, I'm gonna...
Sorry, did you wash your face paint off before you leave your room?
No, he hasn't left his room properly.
Oh, okay.
You would have like a little basin
In the room if I really want to. He hasn't thought about it yet though. He's like, his mind's on 100 other things at the moment. So he would have like been like, alright, graves, here's the things that I understand them, like a very loose interpretation of events, because I don't know if he knows what the roots of the hunting grounds tree mean. I don't know if he like really understands all that stuff. He was just like, it was great, then it wasn't. It was a bad place. There were a lot of dangerous things nearby. There was a tree in the middle, and Morgan was one of the poor souls chained to a rock around this tree. It was in a bad way. The chains electrocuted us when we tried to touch them.
This for the record as well, me being a nerd. You weren't electrocuted, you suffered an electric shock. Electrocution is always fatal.
Fair enough. You're right.
Actually by a man with an
Actually, electrocution is always fatal.
Okay. And Wilhelm would know the definition.
Okay.
So, wherein we touched the chains, we suffered an electric shock. I don't know how bad it would have been if we held on, but we pulled back. Some kind of evil spirit crawled out of the tree. But it looked like a man when it fully came out. White beard, olive skin, glowing eyes, robe. I don't know if this is normal. I wasn't wearing clothes in the Vision Quest. I don't understand why. But that he had clothes and I didn't, that, it's unfair. I'm gonna fucking kill him for this. No. Wilhelm's just like, look, he had clothes, I didn't. I don't know exactly what that means. So, I don't think he was a person. I think... I still believe he was a spirit, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he was just a really powerful... I don't know. I couldn't do my hex slinging, so maybe he had something else going on. And I felt Chenoa's influence throw me back out when I tried to stop him getting to him, so I don't know what happened after that.
Alright. Did you know its name?
It called itself Pantheon, sir.
This is an unfortunate development.
Chenoa just like tugs on Wilhelm's sleeve a little bit. She's all like dejected and stuff like that. She just kind of tugs on your sleeve a little bit, and she just like cuts her hand and she just whispers up to you, being like, I think Declan Poole is trying to take Vitales to bring Pantheon back to this world. She whispers that to Wilhelm. He's gonna have to tell you.
No, that's just...
Yeah, Wilhelm relays it.
God damn it. I do so hate it when people start messing around with the spirit world without knowing what the goddamn hell they're doing. Alright then. I think I know where we're gonna need to go after we find your cousin.
Wilhelm's, because we're not looking for a cousin at the moment.
We're looking for one of your relatives.
We're looking for a preacher in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
That's
but
where
we're-
Reeves sent us.
Yeah, but we're looking for our Watali, are we not?
Todd Watali.
Yeah.
Oh right, I've
Oh,
got that right.
yeah,
here
you're
somewhere.
right. You're right.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
he's your
No,
cousin.
Todd Watali was the guy in Oklahoma in the Golden Flats who might be missing.
Yeah.
That's where you're heading.
Yeah.
And the preacher is someone who will lead us in the right direction, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Okay,
was
yeah.
burning books.
Sorry, yep.
And
Wrist in my wrist.
this boy is hanging out in Oklahoma City. Is he not, Declan Poole?
No, he was
No.
he was hanging out in Denver.
Yeah.
It's not that far up. Well, it's the state over from Oklahoma.
So we'll see how we go.
He is on the other side of where we want to go, specifically, almost exactly,
Wow.
which is a bad sign. Because if we're like, yeah, it's fine.
If we're close, he could wander over and be like, what you doing over
I mean,
here?
more like if he's sending boys out to where we were, then they would have already passed into Oklahoma,
Ah.
into where the
Yeah.
Golden Flats are. Which
Okay.
means we need to fucking go, actually. We probably can't afford to stay here for another day.
You need to sell those guns.
Yeah, you do.
You
need
can't
to,
just
yeah,
travel
you
around
can't.
with-
Honestly, I'm happy to just chuck a bunch of them out. More than anything. If, like, we need to... I'm not going to carry it with me. He might grab, like, one or two.
Yeah.
You could maybe give them to the sheriff.
Yeah.
Look, Wilhelm is going to be like, I understand where there's urgency at the matter, but if we go off unprepared, we're not going to succeed in what we need to do. I need to finish researching this hex.
God damn it. Alright. You two take care of each other. I'll, see if I can get my business done as quick as possible. And then we'll head off first thing in the morning.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All good.
Wilhelm's going to go back inside his room. Chenoa's following, I assume.
Yep.
Wilhelm's gonna basically, like, he's gonna put you on the bed, like, wrap you up since you're still, like, obviously very sad. And he's just gonna sit, he's just gonna, like, grab his book and he's just gonna sit next to you.
She's just working through some stuff, you know?
I understand. He doesn't understand, like, he's like, I don't grok it, but I understand you're working through something. Like, he understands something's happening. So he's just gonna sit nearby.
Neat. She's gonna... I mean, she hasn't slept in a while.
Yep.
She's probably gonna, like, fall asleep after a while. She's exhausted herself, like, mentally and emotionally.
Yep.
So she's probably just gonna fall asleep.
Yep.
She's gonna sleep for, like, 4 hours. 3 or 4 hours.
I'm gonna go quickly. I'm gonna go to Liverpool. Leopold.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to Leopold and be like, alright, kid, come sit
Is that
down.
his name?
Yeah, Leopold something.
Leopold Irvin.
Yeah, sorry. I keep forgetting his first name.
Yeah. I'm basically gonna go back to my room with Leopold and be like, alright, kid, you got that peacemaker on your hip, but it looks like it's seen better days.
He pulls it out. It's a... I think it was a cult army.
Yeah, peacemaker is a generic term for revolver. Shut up. I'm actually me. Anyway, he's basically gonna be like, your revolver seems like it's seen better days, so why don't care to pick any of these pieces from my collection?
He says, well, that's really kind of you, Mr. Graves. Let's say, I mean, I must admit this one's pretty sentimental as my father's, but...
I wouldn't say throw yours out, boy. It's always good to keep your old family weapons. But maybe your backup would be appreciated.
Well, I'm not much good with a rifle. I'd have to use a pistol. There were a few pistols in the hole that you got. Granted that they never actually shot them at you. They were using the rifles and shotguns.
Yeah.
He will pull out like a nicer... You can tell he's gone... There's another Colt Navy in there, so he's naturally drawn to one that's identical to the one that he's got. It's just in better nick.
Yeah.
It looks like the previous owner actually took, reasonable care for it.
And now he's dead.
Graves is going to give him one of the gun belts. He's going to be like, there you go. And take whatever ammunition you think you can get out of that pile.
He picks through and loads up. He's like, that's really, really nice of you.
No, it's all right. Now I need you to give me a hand. I need you to help me carry this down to the local gun shop.
Oh, yeah, by all means.
Thank you very much. Well, can't have you paying for everything while we're on this journey.
Cool. So you go down to the local armory and you're able to flog off all these items. I believe for selling equipment, you get back a...
Oh, shit. Actually, quickly, he might actually take it to the local sheriff and asks if the local sheriff needs any more armament and if he's willing to buy some of this stuff off me at a lower price.
Yeah, he would buy for forming local militias and all that.
Yeah, if he wants them,
comes in handy.
Yeah, if he wants, Graves is going to give it to him for cheaper than he would try and sell it at an actual store.
Yeah,
because he's also helping out a fellow lawman.
Yep.
I might be part of a shadowy government organization, but he's still effectively my colleague. I'm also technically his boss. I have basically unlimited authority over him, technically.
I'll give you 50% of their value.
Yeah, seems fair. Again, I'm willing to drop down to 40% because he's a cop.
Yeah, that's fine. 50%.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't want your fucking pity.
He's probably don't worry, the department's allocated me plenty of funds, boy. I can afford to pay for these at half price. He seems like good Nick.
Yeah, he will offload those guns. Did you have a list of all the guns?
No.
Graves.
Yes.
You managed to score a nice tidy sum of $167.
Hell yeah.
For all the guns.
Hell yeah.
You also will get an additional $20 just from whatever the blokes had on them at the time. As for the ammunition, are you going to sell that as well? Or are you going to hold on to that?
Yeah, probably a good idea. I'm also tempted...
The stuff that you can't fit in your guns?
Well, so the shotguns with 12 gauge.
Oh, I'll take those. I'll take all the shells.
The rifle ammo was 44 to 40.
No, I'm good. I'll sell all that.
Sell all that. And they were using Remingtons, which is the 50 cal.
It's kind of much of a muchness, so I'll sell that as well.
So you get an additional $10 for ammunition.
Done. Thank you.
So that's a pretty tidy profit.
That is. That's really significantly changed my monetarily things.
Again, Chenoa's sitting here with 10 cents.
Graves is going to give Mr. Leopold back his money for the rooms for the night.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There's no need. It was my treat.
Nah, you're hanging on us, boy. Besides, out of the two of us, I'm the only one of us here with an actual job. A steady income, if you will.
Fair enough. So, for the 2 nights, it would be considered a low-class hotel. Mm-hmm. So it's $2 a night.
$2 a night. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 16.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're going into winter, aren't we? It's getting colder.
It is.
You got yourself a coat, Leopold?
Oh, yeah. I'm well kitted out.
Excellent.
It's all lying on Graves' floor back at the inn.
Yeah. Graves, okay. This is a really small town, isn't it?
So it's not super small, but
it's smallish.
Mid-sized town.
Alright. Graves is gonna be like, alright. How would you like a drink?
Oh, just whiskey?
Yeah. Come on, let's go get a drink and something nice to eat.
Alright.
We've had a busy couple of days. Have a bit of downtime before tomorrow. Who knows how long it's going to be until we get a decent rest out in the wilderness. It's important to prepare.
Fair enough, Mr. Graves. As it comes into afternoon, there's going to be a few more people around the saloon. Chenoa's, it's been a few hours. Chenoa will wake up. You've had the same dream that you had previously, with no change.
Does it still have Reeves at the end of it?
Yep.
And she's dreaming, so she's probably not able to ask him anything, is she?
Correct.
Just making sure. So it's still in the house and then pulled out by Reeves. And him just being like, stop doing that.
Yeah. Other than that, is there anything anyone wants to do tonight?
No.
Wilhelm has successfully learned, in the background of this, the Achilles heel hex.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
And rather than run around and celebrate, he is going to get hit back the books because the situation was escalated by Mr. Pantheon. The problem that Wilhelm can see immediately in front of him is Morgan is bound. Morgan was like, they can still be saved, but Wilhelm was like, that doesn't mean you can't be, even though it's implicitly what she was saying.
Yeah, Morgan doesn't exactly have a body to return to.
Yeah.
Bloody, thanks, Gray.
I'd do it again.
But if she could be freed of her bindings, she might be able to be taken higher up the tree, at least away from this thing. Hopefully, to the thingo. But Wilhelm's going to spend the rest of the day perusing the book for what is basically something that can break like spiritual bindings. Pacts might fall under it. This isn't a hex that exists in the book proper. There's a bunch of things that are sort of close that, in being sort of close, they're nowhere near. But like you can kind of see what I mean by being in the same ballpark.
Wilhelm is aware that you can get enslaved by Manitos. Like that's one of the things Hoyles warns about. Can Wilhelm roll me an occult roll?
Occult 48. One of those exploded, so I got a 12.
It's possible that those chains were a physical representation of
being the enslaved.
Of being the enslaved.
Yep.
Which, if that's the case, then Pantheon, whatever it is, deliberately made the chains as a choice for you to see. Like that was a conscious decision to actually have physical chains there.
Yeah, so what I would be trying to find is a hex that breaks enslavement entirely.
Yes, you're literally trying to beat one of the
ancient evils of the world at its own game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also the kind of thing that I don't imagine would naturally be in the book. This is sort of the perusal of black magic and Watali blood magic and various other ne'er-do-well magics rather than something Hoyles put up for general use. But yeah, so Wilhelm spends basically the rest of the evening doing nothing. He's just searching the book, learning that bit of like coming to realizations and struggling. Wilhelm has had some insight into hexing as a whole in like multiple different ways due to his experiences, talks, and failings. So he's gone up to 6 dice in his hex slinging.
Nice. So we're going to move along to the next morning.
Yep.
Because nothing more of import will happen that night.
Wilhelm will, when Chenoa wakes up, because she'll wake up before the night's before he even goes to bed probably.
She'll wake up after like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
She wakes up and she's like, she's had a nightmare again. She's still like kind of sad. She's feeling a little bit better because she's, rested and back up to full wind now.
You need to go to your room for the night, darling.
Do I?
Yeah, you do.
I don't really want to sit alone in my thoughts all night.
Well, alright. Wilhelm's just gonna set her up at his desk and he's just gonna go to bed.
I am considering having to do horrible things during the night. Not to you. I'm thinking about sending her back to hunting grounds.
You fuck.
Not necessarily for Morgan. Just for others. Like, she can go do other stuff. She can go ask the spirits other stuff.
It's fair. Do you want to do that tonight or do you want to leave it?
Can I get to you? Let me know what you decide.
So, because here's the thing, right? She wants to go fucking ask about Pantheon and 1,000 years ago. Like, she wants more information.
Could I get you to roll me a guts check?
Guts check. 10.
You fail. You are actually, at least at the moment, the thought of going back into the hunting grounds is terrifying.
Oh, great.
And you are unable to do so tonight.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Cool. She's just gonna flitter around Wilhelm's room, I guess.
Wilhelm did wash the paint off his face before he went to bed.
Yeah, no, she's washed the paint off her face as well.
No, this is quite bad for Chenoa.
Oh, shit.
So, Chenoa has gained the major phobia, weak in the knees.
What?
You've gained a phobia.
Oh,
Sorry,
from staring down Devil Jesus.
Oh.
You were absolutely the thought of seeing Pantheon again is absolutely gut wrenchingly terrifying.
Is this an
How do I
edge?
get over? Like,
Is this an edge?
It's a hindrance.
Hindrance, sorry. Edges are bad.
So basically, when you're in the presence of Pantheon, you have a -4 penalty.
oh, okay, so
to
it's only if I
dice
see him. It's not like I
It's
don't have
not-
like a
not-
fear of going to the hunting.
Not
grounds.
a fear of the hunting grounds, but you have a fear of this creature.
Yeah.
At
Right.
the moment, it's negatively impacting your ability to go in the hunting grounds.
Yeah.
Because
Right, so-
that's more because it's so recent.
So phobia. How do I fix this?
You can buy off hindrances, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, when the DM agrees that it's appropriate. So when you, like, maybe face your fears, or like if you spiritually get fixed by your owl or something.
Eagle.
Eagle.
Yeah.
I keep saying owl. I'm so sorry.
Like, even if
It's
you
because
were,
I keep possessing owls.
if you were able to witness somebody like knocking the teeth out of Pantheon, that might actually make you feel better as well, because like, hey, it's not actually.
He's not, you know.
I would like to point out you only failed the target number by 1.
oh, fuck.
It's okay. Having more hindrances can only be good.
It's true.
So the next morning, you guys are all saddled up and ready to go. You're ready to head west to the Golden Flat.
We're heading further west.
So you guys head out. Is there anything you want to do in Perry before you go? Last second?
Saddle up on my horse with no name.
Yep. Your horse has a name.
I was making some...
Grim is great.
Grim is great. No, I don't have anything else I want to do. I'll buy like a month's worth of food, I guess.
Yeah. You guys set out on the dusty trail. Can I get Graves to... You know where to go.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't so much a main road. There is trails.
Yeah.
we know we're going to the Golden Flats.
Yeah.
We're looking for a town. We know the town's
The
name.
town is called Golden Flats.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a place.
No.
Town. Okay. All right. Do you want me to do a roll, or do you want me to just?
Yeah.
Would you consider it a search roll? Searching for the correct path.
Is that the most navigationally wise one? I'll let you all search.
You are most generous. That's pretty good. I'll take a 9. Or an 8, actually, because I got -1.
Cool. So you're making good progress on the first day. You reckon you've got a few days of travel before you get anywhere near there?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The first day, you don't catch much in the way of traffic. You pass a few like farmsteads and things like that. Occasionally, you see people out in the field, and it's it's starting to later on during the day. It starts to cool down a little bit, and by the time it's sunset, it's actually starting to get quite cold.
Yeah.
Can I get everyone to make me a survival roll?
Is this like a? I'm pretty not good at this actually.
I'm pretty bad at this, yeah. Survival is under smarts.
Got an explode.
Now,
Ah, that's
the
actually.
problem is survival is also like an area thing. I've got prairie. What's the prairie? That's like a. Would this count as prairie?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
This feels like the cross, like the edge between
it is.
prairie or desert to me.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a mixture of plains and desert.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I get a 3. I get 1d8 in survival.
I got a crisp 6 exactly.
I got a 3.
3.
7 minus 4.
Yep. So both Chenoa and Wilhelm, you guys are the cold at night is really starting to get to you.
Okay, I have a blanket. I'll wrap up.
You guys are going to lose D4 wind unless you guys get warmer.
So the sun's gone down proper.
Yeah.
Wilhelm's basically going to suggest pulling over and like setting up camp.
All right. Is there a lot? There. It does say that there are lone trees. Are there any trees around that we can set up?
Yeah, there'll be a few trees around.
Yeah, we'll go for one of those and set up camp. I guess.
Set up a fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep.
This is the first day?
Yep.
Cool. While we're setting up camp and like cooking food and getting ready to rest, to Leopold, well, sir, I think it's about time we had a bit more of a chat.
Ah, yes, of course.
So, you know what a huckster is?
Yes, I do. I am not a practitioner myself, but I know of huckstering. Yeah.
How much do you know about huckstering?
I have a copy of Hoyle's.
Alright. I am a huckster. Would you like to see a demonstration?
By all means.
Chenoa is so concerned.
Cool. I'm going to cast Achilles' heel on him.
Okay.
I feel like that's such a waste. Like, he's just a person.
We think he's a person. And this is a way to check that.
He's got a fair point. If he comes up with anything other than just stab him, then we'll know that it's...
If he comes up with a, if he's a regular person, it'll tell me, like, his hindrance. Like a 4-star hindrance. Or greater, whatever his, like, biggest hindrance is.
Alright.
But I am rolling 6d8 for this.
I love that Brad started clicking over there, so he's definitely like, fuck, I need to pick a hindrance for this guy.
No, he's got a hindrance.
That's 1 explode. And that is a 14. Which means that I draw 6 cards.
What are you looking for?
I need a minimum of 2 power. So yeah, I've got a fairly low chance of it actually working. But Wilhelm holds up the cards and then like looks at them and they disappear. Also trying to gauge Leopold's reaction.
He actually looks excited. He doesn't know what hex you're casting on him. He doesn't even know that you're casting hex on him.
Yeah, no, he would have no idea. That's one of the big advantages to a lot of the hexes is that they're very subtle. It's only once like Black Lightning that really give the game away.
Yeah.
Black Joker? Hey, it is! This is a perfect example of huckstering.
Got a Black Joker on my... I'm going to show you how to hex.
Watch and learn. Blows himself up.
We also didn't get anything.
Yeah, I got a single pair because of the Joker.
Got the Joker table up. Chenoa's still kind of following you around like a lost puppy, by the way.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Nice.
Can you please roll me a d20?
Got a 4.
A 4. You've rolled a 4 before.
I have rolled a 4. Fuck.
A companion of the Huckster gets a glimpse of the true nature of the matter.
Ow, my ears.
Can I...
Roll 2d6 on the SCART table and apply the result. If there is no companion within sight, the Huckster is affected instead. So can you please roll me 2d6?
Oh, God. 10.
That is the heebie-jeebies.
For which one of us?
For fucking both now. Yeah. So it's just you turn white as a sheet and lose an entire turn of d6 wind. All actions are at -2 if the rating encounter, which isn't relevant at the moment. It's just gross.
Wilhelm has more of an understanding of what just happened now because he feels the similar loss of like control of the thing for a second. He like takes a sharp breath and he's like, "I'm so sorry. That's what one of the things that can happen when I lose control. Everything's fine. I'm sorry."
Leopold kind of interrupts you because he is like ghostly pale at the sight, and because it's like they literally witnessed a Manitou for a moment.
Yeah, they did.
And he is like, still, he's like, his voice trembles, but he's like, "That was brilliant." He doesn't know that you fucked up.
Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ.
Chenoa's like got tears in her eyes. She's like grabbed onto you. She's like pale for her.
Yeah.
She's just like so upset.
Wilhelm is torn between being like, "I'm sorry. What the fuck you mean? I'm sorry." Yeah, no, he's gonna. Wilhelm's just gonna be like, I'm not gonna do that again. I'm done. I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah, Chenoa's just like, "You promise? You gonna stop, please?"
Yeah, I'm done for now, darling. Don't you worry. I'm done for now.
For now.
You gotta stop your hex-slinging ways.
So you guys are going to be... Are you guys doing watches at all?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got 4 ways, so...
Yeah, we've got a 4-way watch, which is really good.
Yep. Who's taking the first watch?
We really only need someone to watch for 4 hours watching Noah sleep. I mean, we could do 2 and 2s.
Yeah, 2 and 2s works.
Because again, you only need to have like someone watching for 4 hours before Chenoa wakes up.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe split it 4 ways, and when Chenoa wakes up, she can just join in for the rest of them.
Yeah.
And have Leopold go later.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah, that seems good.
Wilhelm's just going to be like, "This is how I would recommend it," because he knows you're going to wake up quick.
Great. I'll take first then. That way, if I need to wake up at the end, I'm not as fucked.
Yep.
So like Wilhelm Graves first watch? Or
Graves, then Wilhelm.
Graves, and then by that time Chenoa will probably wake up and...
Oh, no, because it's split 4 ways. That's actually going to be shorter than one of your sleeps.
Oh, okay,
Wilhelm's going to be like, you should take the third watch.
Okay.
Okay,
She'll wake up probably partway into the second watch.
that's fine.
But it gives you the
that's
opportunity
ideal.
to get plenty of sleep.
Yeah, it gives you more of an opportunity to rest through the second watch.
And all of us still get a reasonable amount of sleep.
Yeah.
Alright, so Graves is on first watch.
Yeah, Graves, can you roll me a search?
Oh, boy, howdy. 10.
Nothing eventful happens on your watch. Who was next?
This would be Wilhelm, and when Graves has gone to bed, Wilhelm knows he's bad at this. Wilhelm knows he has a really hard time seeing. So, and because, things are dangerous, I am going to attempt to cast another hex. I'm going to attempt to buff my cognition. That is 1 explode. 18. I do have a pair of fours. I think I just have a pair.
But no Black Draco, which is actually really good.
Yeah. Oh, pertinent question that I should have asked first. Being on watch, would that be considered in like an easy task of just sitting down and looking around?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. So my die size goes up to a d10.
Can Chenoa roll for this watch because she will be awake for probably at least half of it?
Chenoa's on the third watch, isn't she?
Yeah, but she
Yeah.
wakes up.
Yep. No, she can be awake if she wants.
I rolled a 4 anyway. All that effort to roll a 4.
Search. I also rolled a 4 on 2d12.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, great. So if something bad happens, it's because of both of us.
Being distracted. But yeah, it's going to get into Chenoa's watch proper.
Okay, so do another roll for third watch.
Yes.
Oh, ace. Okay, 22 for watch 3.
Okay.
Because, Chenoa's a lot less distracted when Wilhelm goes to bed, apparently.
Chenoa, you get a feeling like you're being watched.
Neat. I can't see anything, though. Or...
It's pitch black dark. I mean, there's no tree cover or anything, so there is moonlight, but it's very soft. You just have a feeling.
Neat. She's gonna wake up Graves. Graves, I think we're being watched. And I can't check without someone else awake.
He literally rolls his rolls his blanket off, and he's got his gun already in his hand. He's like, "What's going on?" he 100% sleeps with it with the
resting
hammers.
on-
Yeah, with the hammers lowered on his next to him underneath his blanket, so he can just be like,
Yeah. She wakes you up. She's like, Graves, I think we're being watched, and I'm gonna check. And I need you to be awake while I check.
"All right, there's a lantern in the."
Owl.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna do her owl thing. White chip. She isn't an owl. Well, a raptor.
Yep.
The best raptor that is nearby.
You will pick up an owl. However, it's not the best owl in the area. You can see an owl in the sky, which is a bigger, stronger owl.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's being
It's
used.
being- yeah. Shoot the owl, Mr. Graves.
I will.
I don't know how to tell him that.
Yeah, you can't. And he can't see it anyway. You can see it because you got super owl vision.
Yes.
If it's flying, it might be backlit by the moon. If I knew it was there.
It's kind of gliding silently.
And that's one speck in the sky where it has to be the front of the moon.
I'm gonna try and tackle this thing with my owl.
Cool. Are you making any... You're trying to be stealthy, yeah?
I'm trying to sneak up onto it until I crash into it.
Here's a thought: fly up and then come down on it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to I would like to stealth up above it and then dive on it because I want to hit it close to the ground.
Do you want to roll me a sneak first? You get a +4 to the roll because it's dark.
So 8. I rolled a 4 plus 4. You said so 8.
Yeah.
Are there out stats?
No.
Yeah.
I'm just using the
The
character stats. Cool. It doesn't appear that this bird has noticed yours. You dive on top of it. It notices you at the last second, but by then it's too late, and you slam into this other bird.
This makes a lot of noise for Graves.
Yeah, there is squawking in the sky.
If you shoot the wrong one, I'm
shoot.
fucked.
I'm gonna shoot both of them. Well, I don't know. You're the bird.
You do.
Oh, do I? Have you explained the
Yes.
magic bird power? Oh, then
She
fuck. I
explained
don't
it
know.
to you during the siren fight
Fuck,
when
then I
she
don't know which
delivered
one
the
to
note
shoot.
to Wilhelm.
I have no idea which one to shoot.
Yeah, no, don't shoot. You could put an actual hole in Chenoa. because she'll share wounds with the owl.
Yeah, that is important as well. I am making an active attack on this owl,
Yep.
so its person will take damage if I damage the owl.
Yep.
What can I roll? Like, what would be a talent attack for an owl?
Just use a fighting roll, like whatever
Yeah,
you're
just,
fighting.
Just use your fighting roll.
Alright, because it's a talent attack though,
I mean,
I get the negative to it, right?
No negative, just roll your straight fight.
Explode. That is another explode.
oh,
That is another explode.
what the fuck?
Okay, so that's 6,
Kung
12,
Fu
18, 21 to
Yeah,
hit.
Jesus.
Hit in 3 raises.
Neat. So I can go up 3 locations.
And it already gets +2 because it's a melee attack.
Yep, so that's an 11, which goes to 13. And with those 3, I can lower it back down to gizzards.
Yep.
She fucking gets this owl in the fucking gizzards.
Yeah, Jesus.
And
There's some random shaman out there just doing his job, probably completely without any negative. He's a good guy, and you've just killed him.
plus an extra dice for gizzards, yeah?
Yeah.
Neat. So that is 14.
So that's a level 2 wound.
Well, that depends. What's the size of the owl?
Yeah, the owl itself is just dead.
Neat. How many wounds did this shaman take to the gizzards?
2.
Because it's not his size, it's the owl's size.
So the owl took 2 wounds and died.
Oh,
The 2 wounds we transferred over to him, but obviously he's a human, so he's level 5.
yeah.
Okay.
No, it should still count over, because if it's like a headshot, for instance, if Chenoa's in an owl that gets its head blown off, her head just gets blown off.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
fine.
if you did 3 wounds of damage, but it dies at 2, you'd still do 3 wounds to the shaman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the owl isn't as strong as a human.
So the thing with it is, that's the real drawback with this power,
Yeah.
is that however many wounds the creature takes, the shaman also takes. It's not relevant to the shaman's size anymore, it's relevant to the owl. For instance, if an owl is size 3, and I did 14, that's 3, 6, 9, 12, so that's a level 4 wound. So this guy would get a level 4 wound to the guts.
Yeah, okay.
That's fucked.
It's actually really dangerous.
We wanted the game to be really dangerous, so I mean that's what that is.
He's welcome to spend chips.
You hear screams of agony in the distance.
Do we hear it?
You all hear it.
Oh no.
Can I reasonably tell what direction it's in?
Yeah, it's back east.
Can I reasonably
Back
tell how
east.
far it is?
Yeah.
So back towards native territory.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, you've just own zoned some random shaman.
Well,
Do-
he
can
shouldn't
I-
be fucking staring at me.
Yeah, that's a fair point. You know, unregistered use of owls and all.
How
Can
far
I-
from us would it be?
Yeah, can I do a roll to try and determine the distance, like a search roll or a tracking roll?
Yeah, tracking.
Tracking? Cool. Yeah, tracking makes sense because that's all about. Wow, that's dog shit. I want to figure out exactly how far this is. So I'm actually gonna spend a white chip to do a reroll.
I would like to know how far this is and whether or not Chenoa can get there fast enough to save their life.
That's also no, whatever. I got a 7.
I mean, if they're a spirit, if they're a shaman, they should fucking know heal.
You hear the screams, and it doesn't sound particularly far away. You reckon maybe about 300 yards away?
Graves is gonna bolt up. He's just gonna get on his horse immediately. He's gonna yell, "Wake up, Wilhelm!" And then he's gonna he's just gonna yell that and be like, "Wait in the camp."
When you get up, there's commotion.
Yeah.
You see 2 people rise out of the grass, and it's really hard to see because there's not a lot of light.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear, it sounds like a female voice yell out, "Hold, settle down." These 2 people, they're holding, they're not holding bows, they're holding firearms.
Jesus.
Oh, good.
Chenoa heard the scream as the owl, and she released the owl, so she will also be back present in her body.
All right. So
Because it's so dangerous to be in an owl.
I'm rushing to my horse. He's waking up.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out exactly where everyone is. When they're like, "Hold up," am I on the horse or am I on the ground? still?
You're on the ground still.
All right. Yeah. Graves just levels his guns and one of his, he's got his guns drawn. He's like, "Explain yourselves. Who the hell are you?"
All while this is going, you can still hear screams in the background.
It sucks to be that guy.
Yeah.
To be fair, unlicensed use of eagles is illegal under, subsection 4, paragraph 8 of, the Wartime Emergency Magic Powers Act. The Wartime Magical Girl Containment Act.
This person, you can tell that they're wearing, like, they've got, like, grasses and stuff, like, tied up in their hair. It's like, so they were literally, like, creeping through the grass.
These are camo boys.
Yeah.
Are they natives?
It's dark, can't tell.
Okay.
But you hear, and it's not addressed at Graves, it's, why are you travelling with these whites?
Oh, neat. Chenoa's literally just like, no one's gonna go help your friend?
He'll be fine.
Yeah, she's basically just gonna be like, I'm on a quest from the spirits.
One of them whispers something to the female voiced one, and to be like, are you travelling with these whites against your will?
No, I found them of my own accord.
They slowly start to approach. They've still got their guns drawn. The screaming stops.
Oh, he's dead.
There's a sharp gunshot.
No, it kind of dies down until it just stops.
Yeah, he just passes out from blood loss.
He's just gonna bleed to death in the woods.
Yeah. He's just fucked.
To a native, that could literally be a definition of like, he'll be fine, like he's going to the spirits. He'll be great.
He probably has a guy helping him. I don't believe that they would let a shaman just die like that.
I also don't believe they would let him do an owl thing while just sitting on his own.
Well, no, because he'd be in the owl. He'd probably be watching us and said to screech if we noticed something.
Probably wasn't real. They probably really weren't expecting his owl to get zoned.
By a different shaman's owl.
Yeah, and shamans aren't like are they treated like psychers? Like they're like the pariah sort of thing?
No,
they're pure
weird.
respect. It's like a strict upgrade.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, he probably
literally,
is probably fine.
these guys don't know her story. They're going to be really weirded out that she's not with a tribe. That's probably what part of this is.
Alright, sure.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so they start to approach. Their guns are still drawn.
Graves is gonna. We're not anywhere near their territory, are we? Like any.
You're like, you've been putting distance between you and their territory.
Yeah, Graves is just gonna be like, you're a long way from any of your territory.
Your fire at this point was pretty dim, but they are coming into the light. You notice that they've both got the sharps. It's like the sparks.
Yeah.
They've both got them.
Yeah, Chenoa's just like, I would feel a lot more comfortable with this situation if I had an explanation and less guns around.
One of them lets out a little whistle, and there's a bit of a pause, and they look to be inspecting each of you, kind of sizing you up. The female has like a nasty looking scar across her cheek, and it looks like it's been there for a while, and it's like it has that like pale color. She says, "We're watching for a while. We know what you are." And she looks at Wilhelm.
What he isn't any of your concern.
What he is of everyone's concern. Surely you would know that, but you reek of civilization.
Gross.
Me. Oh yeah, she's not dressed native at the moment. No, Chenoa's gonna be like, what he is, according to the spirits, is expressly my concern.
The male one, it's a male and a female, he kind of shoots a glance back, and you can hear someone stumbling towards you guys. You can actually hear two sets of footsteps.
Chenoa is slowly positioning herself between Wilhelm and these other people.
Coming into the light of the fire, you see Chenoa would definitely recognise two of these as shaman. They're covered in body paint. One of them is like clutching a bunch of wounds on his chest. It looks like he's already healed himself up a bunch, or at least he's had the other one heal him a bunch. That's why the screaming died down.
As these guys approach, Graves, he's not stepping out of the light of the fire, but he's moving closer to the edge. So if anything happens, he's just going to step into the darkness.
Yeah.
Oh, I was waiting for you to be like, cool, he's got one gun pointing to these guys, and as these guys approach, he just draws the other one.
Oh, he's definitely got both drawn. He's not pointing them at anyone yet.
You hear a male voice from one of these two guys that approach. It's like, calm down, everybody. We were just making sure our own is safe. There's no need for any more bloodshed.
Sorry about that. You should pay a little more attention, I guess.
Jesus, get fucked, you. Just looks him up and down and goes, skill issue.
This guy immediately looks your way, and he's deeply offended.
Yeah, look, he's gonna step forward around Chenoa a
No.
bit, and he's gonna be like, I think I can agree to that. Nobody needs any bloodshed.
So the guy that you offended looks at Chenoa and says, "You misuse spirits. You manipulate spirits to do violence." The woman with the scar points at Wilhelm and says, "You're no better than him."
I mean, her spirit guardian doesn't seem to have a problem with it, so I think it's fine.
Well, then you're really not paying a lot of attention because nothing I do with the spirits is violent at all.
The guy literally cuts in his bleeding wounds, shoots you an absolute dagger.
Yeah, that was explicit.
That was not a spirit. That was an owl.
It's a good point, right? She used an owl to kick your ass.
So Wilhelm's gonna try and be like, what we're doing? We are on a quest to.
Wilhelm. She just shakes her head at you.
I've learned a lot about things, and I've learned that what I do is not so great, but there are way worse things out there.
Don't roll me a persuade.
Graves is going to look to Leopold and just basically be like, "Give him a heart, big boy."
Yeah, he happily does.
And then Graves is just going to be like, "If anything happens, you get behind that tree and you keep your goddamn head down, alright?"
He does a silent nod.
That's a much needed explode. I'm never going to succeed at a persuading roll.
What did you get?
I got a 7 minus 4, so a 3.
God damn, you didn't want to explode?
Yeah.
That is...
A single d6 minus 4 is harsh.
It is high.
The woman with the scar just looks at you with utter disgust. And
Oh my god.
she says, "You're little more than a puppet for a Manitou."
Alright, you guys are clearly making this worse somehow.
How injured does the guy still look?
He'll be fine. He got healed up a bunch.
A bunch, or is he completely healed?
He's not completely healed, but that's because they kind of rushed it to get over here.
Chenoa's literally just gonna raise her hands and be like, "Look, obviously there's been a little bit of a misunderstanding here. I apologize if I may approach." She's saying to the guy who's injured.
The guy that injured doesn't say anything, but the other guy that you offended, he says, "You may not."
Understandable. So now she's directly talking to the guy she's injured. She's like, "I really want to apologize. I do healing as well if you need any extra."
Cool. Can you are being genuine.
Yeah.
You want to roll me persuasion?
I'll spend a white chip. I'm gonna do a red chip. You get to draw one.
Hell yeah, I do.
She still only gets to a 5 in her persuasion.
Does she have a plus anything from this guy finding her attractive?
Yeah.
If she gets the bonus for being pretty, it goes up to 7.
It's not enough. He looks a bit more calm because you are actively trying to ease the tension, and they will kind of start to back off a bit, and the two with the guns are going to lower their guns. They still got them, but they're going to lower them.
And then I strike.
Sorry.
And they all kind of back up so they're a bit closer together, and they start whispering to each other. You can kind of make out some things, but they're not speaking English.
Yeah, she doesn't actually know the language.
You don't even know what tribe these guys are from.
Yeah.
Graves is actually going to ask that. Yeah, Graves is just going to be like, "What tribe are you from?"
The wounded shaman yells out, "Kiowa."
So if any of them look over at Chenoa and like make eye contact with her while they're all like huddled and whispering, Chenoa's gonna start doing native sign language, which is the like essentially like a sign language that all of them know. It's like across all natives in this system, and she's just gonna do like the sign language for like, if you want to talk to me without them hearing, I speak this.
They will see you do that, but they don't respond.
Yeah, and she'll also just kind of like sit down so that she's non-threatening.
They seem to speak for a few minutes, but it feels like a lot more than that.
Wilhelm slowly walks over to the fire and stokes it a little bit.
And Graves steps back closer to the edge of it.
One of them will yell out, "What tribe do you hail from?"
From the North Cheyenne tribe of the Sioux Nations.
One of them yells out, "You should return home.
I can't yet.
Only back there will you learn proper respect."
I'm gonna black lightning him on principle.
They will begin to start walking off.
Graves is actually going to shout something at them as they're leaving. He's going to be like, "Shamans, while I appreciate that you're merely looking out for your own
I would ask you politely not to continue to follow us, and that you return to your business back home.
One of them stops and says, following you would only lead to death.
On that, we can agree.
It's accurate. Like, you can't argue. It's like, yeah, it would lead to death.
You
As in yours. I'm going to kill you.
You think you catch a little bit of a grin just before he turns around.
I shoot him. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry. It's just a fun little thing.
Graves, can you roll me a vigor roll?
Hey, I got an exploit. Oh my god, I got a sickness point. Alright. 6, 12, 13.
14. Cool.
I get a negative 1 still.
You feel a coughing fit come on, but you let out a few little splutters and you kind of like force it down.
They're doing stuff.
But they are still walking off.
God damn it.
Well, that just sucked. No one was happy with that.
Chenoa looks so sad. Like, she's like so dejected. She's back up, but she's like just sitting on the ground, like.
Jesus, you've been having the shit kicked out of you the last 2 sessions.
Okay.
I picked up a new.
It's a problem she knows she has, because she was... Okay, so a bit of Chenoa backstory here is that she was raised in her tribe until she was about 8, and then her grandmother, who's Caucasian and lives in Louisiana, was like, no, my daughter, so Chenoa's mother, has recently passed. This is the only chance I have at a grandchild, so I'm taking her with me, and tried to like raise her in like society and things like that. So for like a key part of Chenoa's childhood, she didn't have access to all of her native traditions or anything like that. So she finds it really hard to like get along properly with other natives and shamans and stuff like that. But God, she's trying so hard. She's just real bad at it.
Understandable. The Graves thing is deeply worrying though, and Wilhelm's learned to identify that while he can't actually tell when magic's being cast on his own, Graves is like a little radar for him. So Wilhelm is gonna try and search the area.
That's a good point, actually. Graves, because he knows what his coughing fit's related to, he might have a quick squiz about it as well. For everyone who doesn't live in this country, a squiz is to look.
I am going to end the session there, you guys.
Okay.
Hey, never mind.
Any further search of the area won't reveal anything.
Okay.
Great. Chenoa's just had a bad time in the hunting grounds with Pantheon. Now she's just proven that she really can't get along with her own people.
Well, they aren't your people.
Yeah, but it's still
They're
like...
not your tribe. They're not your people.
Yeah, but she still wants to get along with them.
Kentucky Windage is
So we stop saying Kentucky Windage.
Kentucky Windage. Whenever anyone is like, I'm going to do something and I'm not going to tell anyone about it, it's always great. Can I do a scrutinize?
You can.
I want to read this fucker like a book. I'm so glad the Catholic Church can't sue me.
My cherished congregation.
We would be perfect at calling people a whore in the 18th century.